with extra onions.
Daring today, aren't we?
Pokémon Nuzlocking has been solved for the most part. Every game has strategies and guides to traverse even the most difficult battles. That's why I've decided to flip everything on its head using just one pack of Pokémon cards. Today I'm going to rip one pack of Pokémon cards and use that to decide my Nuzlocking team. What story does a single pack of cards have to tell? Will it be enough to carry me through the hardcore Nuzlocke? Will I get dopamine from this? Almost certainly. Let's get into the rules. I'll be playing Pokémon Black, using only Pokémon I pull from this pack. I think I've said that a couple times already. This is a pack of Black Bolt, a Gen 5 specific set. I'll start with the first two cards and add a Pokémon to the team after each gym. This is a hardcore Nuzlocke. If a Pokémon dies, it's gone for good. I'm gonna need each one, as a pack only contains 10 cards. And I'm also not allowing legendaries. I think that'd be too easy. So if I pull a legendary, instead of losing the encounter, I'll spin this giant wheel of every Gen 5 Mon to add as a replacement. I've never played Pokemon Black and I can't wait to start. Let's do this. Just like most 30-year-olds, my journey starts as I wake up still living at my parents' house. There's a gift box on my table containing 3 Pokemon. I decide to take Oshawott as my starter. While I won't actually be using him for the run, he does help me out quite a bit. Selecting Oshawott determines the Pokemon I face in the first gym. Pansage is a better matchup for my team initially, but we'll get into that later. Like the NBA regular season, Oshawott doesn't really matter much for this run. Oh yeah, I'll heart your comment if you can guess the exact specific naming theme. Even if you may know it, I'm looking for a very specific answer. If yours is too general, then you're probably not right. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I have no sponsors for these videos, but I'd love to make more if they're well received. Would be cool to rip some vintage packs for some of these videos. Our run begins when I can get the first 2 members of my team out of the box. Welcome to the team Robinson the Timber and McCaffrey the P-Dove. These 2 will be cornerstones of my team, the 2 bell cows. Well, one is a construction worker and one's a dove. Doves are very majestic creatures though. I often wish I could produce milk for my offspring, just like the majestic male dove. Why'd I say majestic twice? What is this video again? We're talking about male doves. To begin my journey, I went to a political rally in the first town. Gotta love election season. Funded and powered by foreign entities such as the shady, criminal-infested Alolan region. Shortly after, I had my first encounter with the mysteriously charming and good-looking N. Despite being slightly underleveled, McCaffrey clutched up against N's Purloin with a critical hit Gust. McCaffrey was in danger of being scratched to a pile of feathers. I would think that cat type is super effective against bird type, but I'm just some guy living in his basement in Iowa. Okay, Pokemon Black might actually be the most underrated game. This game is absolutely stunning. A perfect send-off to the 2D Pokemon format. Man, I love Pokemon logic. While training my team in the Dream Yard, I am forced to turn back because a thin tree and a traffic cone are blocking my path forward. Time to pack up the Pokemon journey and move back home to become a door-to-door vacuum salesman if I'm going to let a traffic cone stop my journey. The first hurdle of this run comes in the form of the Strighton City Gym. The reason I picked Oshawott as my starter pays off here though. This gym is a weird tutorial gym. You face one of 3 trainers based on who your starter is weak to. Knowing I had a flying type in McCaffrey, it makes sense to pick Oshawott to face off against Salon, the grass type leader. Robinson leads off to deal with a Lillipup. Robinson knows low kick, so this shouldn't be a problem, despite Lillipup trying to set up with Workup. Lillipup, Workup, what a mouthful. We probably didn't need it, but Robinson crits the poor pup, taking him out. There's a Michael Vick joke in here somewhere, but I'm not going to make it. Unless I already have, then sorry. Out comes the ace Pansage, an utter abomination of a Pokemon. Look at this broccoli head, ass-looking Pokemon. McCaffrey comes out as Pansage tries to set up with Workup. I wasn't too worried until the boosted Vine Whip hit us for a critical hit. A second Vine Whip brings us into the yellow, but McCaffrey heals up with his held Oranberry, and a third Gust is just enough to net us the victory and our first gym badge. Thanks, Salon. This is a sus-looking gym badge. Why does it smell like poo-poo? A gal in a lab coat brought me up to her bedroom with her friend from college, and I usually skip these parts of the videos, but she only ended up giving me the HM for cut. After a letdown, more disappointing than the end of the Hunter x Hunter anime, we head back to the Dream Yard. Not before unlocking our 3rd member of the party though. Out of the box comes Gibbs the Muna, looking absolutely adorable in the display. Speaking of Muna, we find a wild one, but some guys straight from Spirit Halloween are punching her for her Dream Dust. I thought these Team Plasma grunts were dressed up like knights, not Josh Jacobs. Robinson absolutely dominates most of Pokemon Black's early game battles. Most of them are either normal or dark type, so Robinson runs through them fairly easily. In Nacrene City, I meet up with the mysterious and shockingly good looking N once again. His P-Dove is a slight problem. I don't really handle flying type super well. Gibbs easily blasts him away with a few Psybeams though. Gibbs is really powering up. He one-shots Temple with another Psybeam. N's Timber comes out and McCaffrey can easily handle this matchup as long as the 95% accurate Air Cutter hits. If that missed, we would have had a Kentucky Fried P-Dove on our hands. Our first true risk of the run. For pulling these mons from a random pack, we have pretty good type diversity in the early game. The Nacrene City gym is in the back of a museum. A pretty cool concept. The puzzle involves books though, and I haven't read a book since Magic Treehouse, so ChatGPT will have to carry me through this section. Lenore herself, on the other hand, is quite the roadblock. Both her Herdier and Watchog hit extremely hard. Getting past her Deathless is going to be a tall task. Watchog knows Retaliate, and that's the biggest concern. I don't have a clean way to deal with a 140 base power move. I was in the lab for actual minutes, devising a foolproof plan. But with just a little luck, I might be able to win this fight deathless. We lead with Muna to take on Lenora's Herdier. The plan is to put Herdier to sleep as we buff our defense and stay healthy with Moonlight. This is the only feasible way to survive Watchog's incoming Retaliate. At -2 defense and Herdier sleeping soundly, I decide to bring in Robinson. A wake-up slap rudely wakes Herdier up and puts him right in the grave. I know the Retaliate is coming next, and Robinson can tank it, bearing a critical hit.
No. Wait. Oh, brother!
Except Lenora leers and Robinson crits with the low kick? An absolute masterclass by Robinson to get through a super difficult early game hurdle. Thank you Gen 5 AI, you really saved me there. Lenora gives me the French fry badge and we escape Gym 2 deathless. What a blessing. Let me clarify though, this battle went down about 10% like I planned for. Plans go out the window once you take the first hit. I may never know why Lenora decided to show mercy to me and my team. I can only assume she takes pity on me for being a degenerate Pokemon card gambler. With Gym 2 out of the way, we can get our 4th team member and add them to the party. Welcome to the team, Taylor the Snivy, bringing us a much appreciated grass type. In actually no time at all, Taylor evolves into the awkward teenager, Servine. Are those little twigs supposed to be his arms? I don't know. Poor Taylor, evolution hates you. While chasing Team Plasma through the woods, McCaffrey evolved into a Tranquil. Now our bird type is a slightly bigger and more feminine looking bird type. I caught the Team Plasma hooligans in the forest and took the Dragon Skull back from them. Not sure what kind of sick Marowak foreplay they were going to do with it, but I wasn't reading all the dialogue to find out. Gorm, one of the 7 sages of Team Plasma, showed up to warn us to wash our hands after handling the skull. Freaky ass organization cosplaying as knights. Lenora gives us a Moonstone for farming the Plasma Grunts. I use this to evolve Gibbs into his final form, Montgomery. If you don't know the theme, most of these comments are probably going to go over your head, but you're here from the Pokemon anyway, right? And what's the deal with Musharna? Is that an umbilical cord hanging from its head? I have so many questions. After exiting the forest, I come across the Sky Arrow Bridge, one of the most cinematic scenes in the Pokemon franchise. Enjoy this unedited clip of me crossing the bridge at 4 times speed with an ad break thrown in there at no extra charge to you, the viewer. I've finally made it to the big city, Castelia. The only big city I've been to is Chicago, and it smelled like urine and desperation. Castelia is nothing like this to me though. The streets are full of busy folks, hopeful to make it to their 9 to 5 on time. Man, if I was in the Pokemon world and I still had to work a job, I would be upset. Speaking of upset, if you like Pokemon, you should join my Discord in the description. We're just now kicking off Season 1 of our Pokemon Showdown Random Battles League. If you want to play next season, join up and get to know us. It's a great group in there. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of the big city, but I'm only here to defeat the third gym leader, Berg. Berg's the bug type gym leader, and to my team that's about as threatening as Long John Silver's in an edible food competition. McCaffrey outspeeds and two-shots the Whirlipede with relative ease. Next comes in the Dwebble. Dwebble knows a rock type move to threaten McCaffrey, but he does not know how to stop the other head of the monster in Robinson. Seeing no option but to throw sand in Robinson's eyes, he's decided to play dirty. Where is your honor, Berg, you little rat? Dwebble is pretty bulky, and these low kicks aren't doing much, especially when Berg uses a hyper potion. Robinson's Oranberry helps even the odds, and he continues to kick even with sand in his eyes. The war of attrition rages on. Robinson missed a few low kicks, and we have to switch out. The battle is lasting an embarrassingly long time. After Taylor weakens Dwebble down, I swap in McCaffrey to finish off the job. McCaffrey then one-shots Lavani the ace, and we collect our third gym badge. Not as easy as I was hoping for, but I was never really worried. I commend Berg's Dwebble for his fighting spirit. With the third gym badge in tow, we can grab the fifth member of our team from the pack. Welcome to the team, A-Chain the Gullet. A ground ghost type is just what we needed. I can't say I love his profile picture, but he's just a clunky, silly guy. I don't know why, but he gives me the vibe that he pees in pools. Does he even have the anatomy to make that happen? He looks smoother than Mr. Krabs when he loses his shell. After battling Bianca a fourth time, Sharon wanted another crack at me. The eighth time I battled one of my rivals. I'm getting really sick of these two. He leads off with a P-Dove, and I use a rock throw from Robinson, but not before he crits me with an air slash. In comes McCaffrey to finish off P-Dove with a quick attack. Panpour is next, and Taylor is a perfect counter, easily dispatching of the water broccoli monkey with the leaf tornado. Since Robinson is so weak, I decided to stick with Taylor. Big mistake. Lipard hits us with a critical hit pursuit. Sharon's third crit of the battle so far, might I add. With the Sandstorm chip, I'm brought down to almost the red. I don't outspeed, and I won't survive a pursuit. My only hope is that the AI spares me by clicking an attack that's not pursuit. I swap to A-Chain and... Lipard uses pursuit, killing Taylor for our first death of the run. McCaffrey was able to clean up the rest of Sharon's team, but the damage had been done. As the battle ended, we were victorious, but Taylor sat motionless on the turf. Losing Taylor, our lone grass type, in this meaningless battle with this twerp stung. With only 10 possible Pokemon, losing just one critically endangers the run's health. As a young Pokemon trainer at the ripe age of 28, I have to learn from this mistake. I vow to take every battle seriously from here on. Rest easy, Taylor. We will carry this torch through Indianapolis for you. Screw you, Charon, you asshole. To get us back on track after that disaster, Robinson Evolvo clearing out the trainers on Route 4, and he looks absolutely insane. No offense to my goat, but he looks like Ronald McDonald had to get a job working construction. Poor guy. We made it out of Route 4 and Charon was there waiting for me. I half expected him to challenge me to another battle. I gotta tell the professor to get this kid to leave me alone. I'm not gonna comment on any more Charon or Bianca battles unless something impactful happens during them. Let's just forget them. N asked me on a date to ride the Ferris wheel with him. Just as we're about to start holding hands and smooching, he starts monologuing about how he is the true leader of Team Plasma. Even though I told him I agree with all his yapping, he still wants to battle me. He sends out a Sandile first that Ronald McRobinson kicks out of the stratosphere. Sigilyph comes out next, and we risk a devastating Psybeam to get a rock throw off. Gibbs comes out to tank the next Psybeam as Sigilyph is in the yellow. I put Sigilyph to sleep as I boost my own defense and heal back up with Moonlight. A third Psybeam finishes the job, and then Scraggy comes out. With +1 defense, I feel fine staying in on a feint attack. I use Psybeam, completely oblivious that Dark is immune to Psychic. Shit. With no other way to deal damage, let's yawn and swap out to McCaffrey. McCaffrey one-shots with an air cutter, making me wonder why I didn't do that earlier. Darumaka comes out next and deals some massive damage with the Flame Punch. Gibbs comes back out and rips a Psybeam, and we take the victory. Man, that was a very close battle. 1 or 2 crits away from completely wiping. And this isn't the last we're going to see of N. The Nimbasa City Gym is next, and it's literally a roller coaster. Remember when the gym was just digging through trash to find a button or pushing a boulder around? Elsa's electric type gym theoretically shouldn't be a problem. The timely addition of A-Chain to the team gives us a perfect electric type immunity. Pair this with Robinson knowing Rock Throw and we should be sitting pretty. The first of Elsa's Emolgas volt switches out to her second Emolga. This is going to become a pattern. The latter then gets hit with a rock throw from Robinson. 2 volt switches later and Robinson's in the red. Thankfully both Emolgas are damaged heavily. I swap into the very bulky Gibbs as the volt switching nonsense continues. A side beam should take care of whatever Emolga's out next turn. Predicting another volt switch, I have to go for a yawn on the incoming ace Zebstrika. My prediction is perfect, and I swap in A-Chain on an electric spark before Zebstrika is snoozing. A-Chain pulls through with a magnitude 10, one-shotting the electric zebra. An aerial ace from Emolga hits us really hard, but a critical hit Shadow Punch finishes the job. Another relatively relaxed gym battle. Elsa also gives us her favorite move, Volt Switch. With another gym leader down, we can add another member to our team. Welcome to the squad, Cook the Third, the Tynamo. An electric type is a fine addition to the squad. When it comes to dealing with the water types, my team was less useful than male nipples. It's really nice of the Pokemon world government to use our hard-earned tax dollars to build a bridge for us. In previous generations, they would just expect me to find an HM for Surf and force one of my Pokemon to learn it. Alright, Driftvale City might have the best theme music in all of Pokemon. This is just a jam. Enjoy this unedited part of the video that most certainly has an ad. Oh, you're still here? Did you not get an ad? Or are you a dirty, stinky adblock user? You know, because of what you did, my children won't get a 4th helping of dinner tonight. And I can't see the script anymore because a cat just blocked the screen. Shame on you. Wait, you did watch the ad? Now you have to watch this part of the video anyway? Well, in that case, thank you. I found Team Plasma huddled around one another doing some very suspect activities that I can't begin to explain on YouTube without fear of being age restricted. Shame on you, Team Plasma, you gross freaks. I battled 4 of them with relative ease before Clay, the gym leader, came in like the blister he is and arrested them all once the hard work was completed. I can see right through your cowboy disguise, Clay. You don't want to do any of the difficult tasks on the ranch, you just want to wear the boots and the hat and talk with an accent. You poser. Shortly later, Clay just lets the bad guys go without giving it much of a second thought. We had one of the 7 sages looking at life behind bars, but Clay didn't care, he just let him go. On to the battle with Clay the Wuss. Clay's team is a bit scary if I happen to get unlucky. Robinson's a good answer for most of his team, and Gibbs has become a wall regardless. Krokorok comes out, and I anticipate the first turn swagger. I could have hunted for a berry to make my life easier, but I'm lazy. And that has already come to bite me. First turn self-damage with confusion. Robinson didn't really come to play though, and he snaps out of the confusion after 1 turn and one-shots the Dark Croc with the attack boost. I am subject to Torment, so I'm forced to use Chip Away, and it does a ton of damage to Palpitoad, who sets himself up with an Aqua Ring. Clay uses a Hyper Potion to prolong the fight, but Robinson boosted is just too strong. Taking down the fungus-infected Toad? I gotta say, Palpitoad's death sound tickles my brain though. If I can find the sound effect, I'll play it here. Out last comes the Ace Excadrill, and this thing is terrifying. That's what I would say if Robinson didn't one-shot him, completing the sweep and netting us our 5th gym badge. Shell Bell on Robinson is actually really strong. For the first time in the run, we can add a 6th member to the team, getting us to full strength, and this one is a big one. Welcome to the team, Brown the Axu. In what was only seconds for you, but was hours of agonizing grinding on helpless wild animals for me, I brought Brown up to level with everyone else. I'm just kidding. I just stuffed him full of rare candies. I'm an employed dad after all, I don't have time for all this grinding. In the Electric Cave, McCaffrey decided it was time to evolve into his final evolution, Unpheasant. I gotta say, the design of this Pokemon is pretty sweet. I like how the male and female forms vary so much too. Way better design than some of the members on this team. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Ronald. And don't think I forgot about you, Sperm Cell. The amount of times Robinson has come into a battle to bail us out is slightly concerning. He's getting close to the level cap, and the rest of my team is kind of booty cheeks express. Again, I'm looking at you, Sperm Cell. Not sure he's beaten a single opponent since joining the team. N challenges us again in the Chargestone Cave, and like the genius trainer I am, Robinson's missing about 20 HP to start the battle. Not great, but neither is Taco Bell at 2 AM, yet we've all done it before. 2 low kicks does Boulder in. I respect N for not using potions. I can't say the same about my other 2 rivals. Joltik comes in next, and he doesn't really threaten Robinson, so I keep him in. My writers are telling me it's time for another football reference. Joltik is hitting Robinson like a peewee team trying to tackle prime Derrick Henry. See you soon for another football-related sentence in the next couple pages of the script. Joltik goes down and Pharaoh Seed comes out. Again, this doesn't really scare Robinson, and Robinson runs his bare feet all over the spiky acorn like the freak he is. Okay, I'm sure that's someone's fetish, and I don't kink shame here, so let loose. Speaking of kink, next is Clink, another steel type.
Oh, brother!
And Robinson easily nets the sweep of N's team. Swept by Ronald McDonald is a new low, even for you, N. I haven't forgot about you leaving me hanging on the Ferris wheel. My lips are still dry. The Mr. Alton gym is home of Skyla, and our 6th gym badge. If you couldn't tell by the gym leader's name, this is a flying type gym. Not good for me at all. Cook the Third is an electric type, but he's about as strong as my ability to save money in a card shop. Robinson does know a non-stab rock slide, but that's pretty much all we got going for us. If my 3 brain cells stop their civil war inside my mind, maybe I could form a plan to survive this. Skyla leads with her Swoobat, and I lead off with Cook the Third for his first appearance in battle. Swoobat sets up with an Amnesia as Cook gets off a Spark, and then Cook takes a powerful Heart Stamp, but a second Spark is enough to net the KO. Not bad for a Pokemon who still knows Tackle. Next comes in Unfezant, and Cook's Spotlight performance is over. Good job, Cook. McCaffrey comes out for the mirror matchup. I use Fly to avoid Razor Wind. Skyla's brain cells must be raging as well, because she uses another Razor Wind on the following turn. A Quick Attack finishes off the mirror match and brings out the ace Swanna. We do have a trick up our sleeve for this one, and that's Gibbs with his brand new move, Charge Beam. One blast gets Swanna into the red and forces out a Hyper Potion. We do the same thing over, and I have to go for a Moonlight, in the off chance that a Charge Beam were to miss. Swanna hits us with a big aerial ace, and just as I predicted, my Charge Beam missed. One more Charge Beam, plus the chip from Gibbs' Rocky Helmet, is enough to seal the deal. The 6th gym badge is ours. I'm proud of you, Cook. Usually the Bills choke in the playoffs, but unlike Josh Allen, Cook came through for us. Okay, I'm done with football references. Next reference will be like Pizza Hut or Sabrina Carpenter or something different. With the 6th gym badge in tow, we're able to grab our last Pokemon from the PC. Since I pulled a Genesect from the pack and I'm not using legendaries, let's spin this wheel of every Gen 5 Pokemon to see who we get. Shit. Well, welcome to the team, Henry. Henry can evolve right away, as we got that Leaf Stone from the scientist in the big city, and I can't really tell if I like his design or not. It's not worse than Robinson, but I don't want to call it good. Henry brings some sorely missed grass-type moves back to the team. Never forget Servine. I don't remember your name, but rest easy. Don't make the joke. Don't make the joke. Don't make the joke. The area outside of Icarus City might be my favorite from any Pokemon game. It's like a swampy marsh area with Palpitoads, super unique and cool area. The entrance to the Icarus City gym is on par, and it's very ominous. I'm also notoriously slow at figuring out any ice skating gym puzzles. The true battle here might just be my ability to make it to the gym leader. Before the gym fight, Brown evolves into his teenager form and becomes a Fracture. Not that it matters much because he's weak to ice, but it'll help down the road. Actually, now that I mention it, 4 of my 6 Pokemon are weak to ice. If Robinson and Gibbs can't carry this fight, I'm genuinely in trouble. We do have one Pokemon in the PC that can come help us out. Come on back, Cook the Third. It also happens that Cook's evolution level is at the level cap. No more Sperm Cell Cook. Hello Stomach Parasite Cook instead. After what felt like literal hours in the ice maze, I was ready to take on Bryson. Another horrible name pun. We actually have a plan for this one. Actually, I have 3 plans. Sure, plan C is forfeiting and crying all the way back to my mom's house, but it's a plan. Cook leads us off, and what a meteoric rise to stardom for Cook. He hits the vanilla ice cream cone with a Thunder Wave, getting paralysis on it. Gibbs comes in next, taking a critical hit Frost Breath quite easily before a weak Charge Beam of our own. Back-to-back Frost Breath crits is slightly concerning here. You know what, that move must always crit because that's 3 in a row. I just looked it up and that move always crits. A couple Moonlights and we're back to full health, as a third Charge Beam finishes this soft serve off. Beartic comes out next, and I'm already at +3 special attack, so let's deal some damage now. Beartick's swagger confusion play was my one main concern for this battle. After he gets the confusion off, a first turn confusion self-hit? Not a problem though, as long as we don't do it again. Alright, so it happened twice in a row. No big deal though. If anything can go wrong for me this fight, so far it has. After a big icicle crash, I need this Moonlight to go through to heal us back up. Come on, Gibbs. Just break through confusion one time. And Gibbs hits himself in confusion for a third consecutive time, knocking himself out. There's a joke in here about CTE, but I think we just lost the run, chat. We lost 3 straight coin flips due to a confusion hit, and rest in peace, Gibbs. We're truly lost without you. If I would have planned better for this, I could have brought a berry for the swagger confusion, but knowing my luck, I would have been frozen by an ice attack. That's just how these things work. Plan B is Robinson. It always has been. Another swagger comes out, and we hit ourselves for a 4th consecutive turn. Okay, I don't have a plan. Robinson has to get this done. Icicle Crash comes out, and Robinson flinches. What is happening to me this battle? What have I done for the gods to smite me down here in this icy hellscape? I swap in Cook to try to get a para off. The Icicle Crash does over 50%, and we don't even outspeed. Cook goes down as quickly as he came up. Robinson out, our last hope, and he's not faster than Beartick. Icicle Crash comes out, and it misses? Robinson one-shots him with a low kick. We're going to need some more magic to finish this off. Robinson, you just have to tank this Aurora Beam for all of mankind. Please, Robinson, we're all counting on you. He can't do it. The steady-handed and reliable Robinson has fallen. Brown comes in to take it on the chin and end our run. The Aurora Beam comes out and Brown... Wait, he actually lived? Brown responds with a Dragon Claws that's enough to KO the Snowflake from hell, winning us the 7th gym badge. We may have won the battle, but the war was lost on this day. With only 4 Pokemon left, there's absolutely no way I can finish this run. Just like Pizza Hut did to making a quality pizza, I'm giving up. I am not near a good enough Pokemon trainer to be able to do this one with a battered and broken team. Even if I was, the surviving members of the Ice Gym will need months of therapy before they can even step foot in another battle. While we fell short of the end goal in this experiment, I fell in love with Pokemon again, so I count this as a win. The bonds I formed in my first foray through Gen 5 won't be forgotten. Someday I'll come back to this beautiful piece of art. For now, I take the lessons learned and I move forward. 0-1 is the official Nuzlocking record. I'm already looking forward to my next hardcore Nuzlocke. Guess I have to keep opening Pokemon packs now, oh no. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe. If we smash it out of the park with this one, I'm happy to venture into some more rare packs for the next one. Until next time.